Nikola, welcome back. First and foremost, this is now your 10th media day of your career. It's a round number. Like, what do you remember about maybe your first or second media day coming around here? Just has anything changed at all?
No, every year is the same thing, and I don't know why we're doing it every year. Everything is the same, completely the same thing. So.
Has maybe your perspective on the NBA and then just your place in the NBA changed?
I mean, of course, I was younger when back in the day. Everything was new for me, so now I kind of learn everything and I know what's going to happen. So maybe I'm going to say I'm not that nervous.
Nikola, one thing that has changed on media day, you have a very strong beard or goatee. I was wondering if you're planning on keeping that, and do you like the menacing look?
I need more compliments, Marlon, more compliments.
To scare the opposition.
Yes, that's changed, yeah. But it's going to go probably away pretty soon.
Last year, obviously, the season goes so long, but it ends with the parade, so you don't have as much time at home. I know you were kind of maybe on the fence about Olympics, but after doing it and shortening your summer by being there, how much did you appreciate that experience, and will it help you into this season?
I mean, of course, I'm not going to say it didn't take away nothing from me, because I really enjoyed playing for national team, playing for my friends, represent my country, represent hometown, city, family, you know. So I think it's a great experience, and I think every player who has opportunity to do that should do it. It's a completely different competition, tournament, however you want to call it. And, you know, it's basically every game matters. If you lose, you go home. So I think it's really, really interesting, and especially for the players that can do that, I advise them to do it.
Nikola, what is your relationship with Russell Westbrook coming into this season like? When did you guys really get to know each other, and what do you think he's bringing to the team?
I mean, of course, we didn't have a good relationship on the court. We were fighting a lot and talking back and forth, but I know who he is a little bit outside of the court. So great teammate, vocal leadership, the guy who want to listen, the guy who want to follow in the gym. So I think he's a great player for us, and I think he's going to bring us all the good stuff.
Nikola, it was right here. It was good seeing you in Paris. It's even better talking to you now.
Yeah, we talk about a lot, you know?
Compare your emotions to winning bronze with your country to, say, winning a championship with this team. How was it similar? How was it different?
I mean, it's a similar and a different to winning something for the first time ever for this organization and for me myself. And of course, playing with national team, it's unique emotions, unique feeling, playing with your friends that you grow up basically playing against them since you're 13, 14, 15, and knew them since you're 13, 14, 15, and now you're competing for national team against on Olympic against the best teams in the world. So it's a similar and different and kind of, you know.
All right, I want to.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Russ, welcome to Denver, Russ.
Thanks, man.
Your coach and your general manager have already spoken about the kind of impact you're going to have on the team's work ethic and attitude. I'm curious what you think about your on-court role with the Denver Nuggets.
Just compete, play hard, lead. I have many traits, and leadership is probably the one I really enjoy doing most on and off the floor. And leadership is something that can transpire through a locker room, through a culture, through an organization. And on the floor, that's primarily where I will lean into more.
A destination that you wanted to end up in this summer?
Just a culture, looking out, you know, from outside looking in. Team has always been at the top of the Western Conference. You know, always in the hunt to win a championship, always play the right brand of basketball. I'm always, at this stage of my career looking to play the right way regardless of the wins or losses, understanding that playing the proper brand of basketball allows everyone to kind of get involved, allows the team to grow, and also allows you to be able to win at the highest level. And the Nuggets, has been doing that for years, and I'm grateful to be here.
Awesome. You're glad you're not scouting against Nikola anymore.
Yep.
What was the experience of trying to scout him like on previous teams that you've been on?
Good luck. That's it. You just hope that he missed, or I hope it's nothing you can do, which is, you want to be able to be on the team with somebody that's literally unguardable, and I'm grateful to be on this team.
You talked about the culture here. I'm curious if there was anyone on the team that you spoke to in the offseason to kind of get a feel or a read on what it's like here.
I talked to a multitude of people, but primarily I talk to DJ a lot. Me and DJ are close, and we talk about a lot of different things, but the culture and how things were here. He kind of springboarded that conversation, and from then on, I kind of talked to everybody else as well.
Russ?
Well, Russ, on that right here, how important is that championship to you? You've accomplished so much.
Yeah.
Where is that in terms of your desire and motivation?
Honestly, it's. I think this time of the year, everybody's going to say they want to win a championship. Everybody's going to say the same thing. It's not like live or die, to be honest. I love playing the game of basketball. I love having fun. I love using this platform to do other things. And winning a championship is very difficult and very hard, and a lot of things have to go your way. I think long as we, as a team, put our best foot forward, we can live with the results. And if that's a championship, then I'm grateful for that. And if it's not, I'm also grateful for the opportunity and being able to learn through a process that, you may not be able to encounter for years.
You talked about mentoring Peyton and trying to help him along and teach him about the game and life. Did you have a player when you came into the NBA that helped you along, that showed you the way, so to speak?
Yeah, when I was in Oklahoma, Nick Collison was, we're still friends to this day, helped me in so many different ways. And, he probably doesn't even know this, but just off the floor, how he manages everything else besides basketball allowed me to be able to be, a good basketball player at the time. And I'm grateful for him and his knowledge that he shared with me as a young player coming into the league.
Russ, you had a very busy offseason with Westbrook Academy. Can you just explain to a lot of people what that process was about?
It's years in the making, man. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to bring a school, not just for kids, but for families, wraparound services to the South LA area, growing up in the inner city of Los Angeles, being able to make an impact in other ways. But education is a huge part of the underserved community, especially in Los Angeles. And I'm just grateful and happy that all the kids are able to kind of endure all the different services that we do have at Westbrook Academy. And I'm grateful for for the future to come and more to come, for those students. And, it's a blessing to be able to do something like that.
Russ, have you and Nikola talked about the triple-double race at all? How do you anticipate your game meshing in that regard?
No, we have not. Have not had a conversation about it. And I don't know if there's a race or not, but we have not talked about it at all. Nikola is, the best player in the world, and he's playing at the highest level. And all we care about, and he'd probably tell you the same, is winning basketball games, and that's it.
Russ, you
touched on the leadership aspect a couple times. This is a pretty young roster in a lot of areas with guys who were even growing up watching you play earlier in your career. What's it kind of just been like to be around all of those guys so far, even at workouts in that kind of setting? And
it's good. It's probably this is probably last year, not so much. This year is probably the first time I've heard a lot of different stories from some of the young guys of when they saw me play when they were in high school or when they saw me play years ago. So hearing some of those stories is, one, inspiring for me. I love to just know and understand and understand people's journey and how, their why. So it just gives me more confidence, and it pumps me up more to be able to tap into them more and lead them in a way that they've never been led before. So,
You're known as pretty intense.
Yeah.
Have you mellowed at all over the years, or are you going to rage to your last breath?
let me think. I'm never changing. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change anything about me. My intensity, and I think that people confuse like intensity with competitiveness. And like when I compete, like I don't know, when I'm on the floor, I don't want to be walking around shaking hands, kissing babies. I don't really want to do that. I'm there to, excuse my language, but kick some ass. And besides off the floor, I'm chill, I'm mellow, I'm not as intense as you may think. I just like to have a good time and have fun. But when I am competing, I want to compete at the highest level, and that part of me will never change as long as I'm competing in this game, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, and the rest will go in history.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah.